We have the battle of the sexes and possibly wreck some relationships this week as I test my friends' knowledge on extreme sports athletes and reality TV stars. And how well do they know each other as I put them through some Newlywed game questions. Welcome to the first relationship-themed episode of the Wreck My Podcast. Take two. All right. Well, welcome again to the Wreck My Podcast. I'm very excited because today we have a new category that we're doing called the Wreck My Relationship, which will be very, very fun. To my right, I have my good friend, Brian, and to my further right, my other good friend, Stephanie, who likes to go by Steph. And so, before we get moving into this, we have a little bit of plugs I got to do. We have our Twitter and Instagram account at Wreck My Podcast. Go check it out to get updates and be on time for everything. We release a new episode every Wednesday, so be sure to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be annoyed every Wednesday when we get a new video up. And if you see my dog walking around below, don't worry. She's just here to hang out. And we're also on the iTunes podcast app, so go there, subscribe. Like I said, every Wednesday, new episode. Everything else you can find in the show notes. We're going to have a few other plugs as it goes on, and I will be sure to put those there, so if you want to find anything out. All right, so today, what we're doing for the Wreck My Relationship podcast is we have Steph and Brian on, who are good friends of, and my lovely wife, Madison's down there.
Can't forget about me.
No, but you've seen her twice now if you've been following the show, so you definitely know who she is. These are good friends of ours, Steph and Brian. Who,
Should we tell them how we...
I was going to say, how long have you guys been dating now? What is it, Almost 4 years? Okay. So Steph and Madison were friends first. You want to say how you met Stephanie, Madison, or do you want to go, Steph? You guys go for it. Tell.
Steph and I have known each other since we were like 16, but we really became close because she was like, "Hey, I need a gym buddy," and then we started hanging out, and then like 6 months later, she brought Brian around, and then
I just couldn't get rid of her.
Yeah, really.
It went from gym to lifelong.
Yes. Friendship. Always. And then our boyfriends became boyfriends with each other.
Yep.
And then it was it was a match made in heaven. We were all meant
just
to
let
be.
it happen, guys. It's okay.
It really
it's all
did happen
okay.
Supernaturally.
Yeah, it was. And it's like one of those things where it's like one of those things you see in movies where like the couples are best friends and you're like, that'll never really happen. But we really are like all best friends.
I don't know, Brian. Did you think that I was pretty pretentious the first time you met me? Because I think we first
a
met.
little bit.
Yeah, we first met at like a gastropub, and you were like, "What kind of beer should I get?" I'm like, "Well, actually, if you like pale ales, you'll probably like this one, and amber ales are
okay."
And you're like, "Can I have an 805?"
Yeah. Or just a Coors Light.
Yeah, a Coors Light.
Coors Light, I'll take an 805.
Yeah, I'm good. So I met both Steph and Brian at that same time.
Yeah.
So Steph and Madison had been friends before that, and I knew who she was, but I hadn't met them yet. So we met at the same time, blossoming relationship. It was great. Now here we are almost 4 years later, still hanging out, having fun. Now you're on my podcast, which all of 6 people watch. No, I think we have a few more views than that, but most of them are my parents and family. So that's great. Maybe one day people will look back
It's
at
a
us and
process.
go, remember when they were little and now they're huge? It's great. So Steph, when I asked you guys to be on, you said your talking points, you wanted to talk about pizza and dogs.
That's all I know.
Yeah, so I'm going to
know.
talk about pizza and dogs real quick first. So what's your favorite kind of pizza?
Oh, this is so embarrassing. It's cheese.
Can I get a plain
with extra cheese?
I just want plain cheese.
with extra.
With extra
It has to
cheese.
be
Also
with
hot
extra.
cheese,
So
not cold cheese.
yes.
that
Yeah,
gets
no,
cut up
exactly.
into cheese separately.
Yeah. So one time we went to BJ's and she ordered a pizza with extra cheese, and they came and there was like no cheese on it whatsoever.
None.
So you were like, can I get more cheese on it? And instead of taking it back and bringing it out with more cheese, they brought a side of cold cheese in a dish.
Grated cheese.
Which is the weirdest
grated.
solution to that problem. It's a solution, probably not the best solution to that problem.
But wait.
Yes.
Just to add comment on that, can we talk about how no one told me to tell her to fix it? Everyone
did.
was like, leave it.
All of
just
us
leave
were
it.
scared.
Just eat the
And I was
bread.
like, wait, this cold cheese, you
Our
don't
waitress was so weird and just
Yes,
disconnected
it was
from
so
humanity. We were
awkward.
like, don't
Obviously, she brought cold cheese.
Yeah, don't
for
do
pizza.
anything.
What the heck?
don't do anything
Okay,
or
fair
she's going to
enough.
follow you home and wear your skin as a
True.
suit.
Yeah, pretty
with
much.
the cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then next, You guys have a dog. Tell us a little bit about your dog.
Benji.
Benji, he's 3 years old now.
Yeah.
He's an Australian cattle dog.
With a little bit of Dalmatian, correct?
With a little, yeah.
That you found later.
We actually want to do a DNA test. Did you know they have those?
Oh,
wow,
they're
that's
cool.
fancy.
On Stephanie and Benji.
No, not on me.
See if they're
Just to
related anywhere
clarify.
down the line, the genealogy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, your dog's super cool. Our dogs get along very, very well. I find
yeah.
it funny that our little itty bitty dog, who's 10 pounds, can really put your big giant dog in place.
Oh,
only
yeah.
because I think he's scared to get in trouble. Your dog's scared to get in trouble
Yes.
if he does anything to our little dog.
keeps
So,
him in check.
so Bailey, our dog, will like poke at him and instigate him, and then if he tries to do anything, she like freaks out. So it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
older brother's getting in trouble. So that's kind of fun.
true.
Another thing I want to bring up that you can plug here very, very easily is you are big into photography. You have your own
am.
photography website and portfolio and everything. Tell us a little
Yes.
bit about that. What got you into photography?
When I was 18, I was working retail, and a few of my coworkers asked me if they could pay me to do a shoot, and I didn't even think about charging, but I was like, okay. So I think I was charging like $20 maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there it just kind of took off. Like I had seniors in high school, college, so.
From humble
weddings.
beginnings.
Yeah, very humble.
So were you always into photography, or like when did that start in your life, or was it like you were just doing it because we have phones and we're able to take pictures,
Yeah.
and you're just like, hey, I'm good at this. I
Right.
have an eye for it. Is that kind of how it happened?
Kind of like since I was younger. Remember like disposable cameras
Oh,
where
yes.
you like turn and twist?
Oh, yeah.
I always had those. My dad would buy them for me like in bulk.
Yeah.
Because I just always wanted to take pictures, and then like getting it developed was always super cool. And then when I would get them developed, I'd want to make them better the next time. So from there, and then my dad gave me one of his film cameras. So I just got super into it, and then he gave me like a loan. So I got my first like digital
Nice.
DSLR one. And yeah, it just kind of grew from there.
Speaking of photography, have you ever seen the movie 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams?
No, is
No.
it scary?
It's a scary movie.
Okay, yeah.
And it's great. I loved it. I happened upon it one night at like 10 o'clock when I was in college, and I was like, I'm going to go to bed, but I'm going to watch some TV. And then 2 hours of my life later, great scary show, great scary movie. Robin Williams always does creepy stuff well, but that's a nice little segue in there. But go ahead and plug your Instagram account and your website and all that.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, it's just S Turntine Photography on Instagram, just the little @ sign, and then same for the website, just www.sturntinephotography.com.
And she's
And-
being all humble right now. Her stuff
It's
is
good.
amazing.
It's
she
great.
did our
Oh
engagement
my-
pictures.
And she
We
would have
wanted her
done
to
our
do
wedding if she
wedding.
wasn't in it.
Yeah.
So
She
Couldn't
just
figure
did.
that one
She just
out.
did a
Yeah.
wedding in Beverly Hills.
yeah, I
Yes,
saw that. Yeah,
Beverly
so
Hills, Beverly Hills
Dang.
Express,
So
right?
check-
Where Rachel's was,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
it was the same place?
Yeah, same
Same
place.
place.
I thought it looked familiar. You took the thing
The
from
bird-
the
yes.
balcony and was like bird eye view, and I was like, I don't know if that's the
been
same
there.
one or not, but it looks so familiar.
It was,
So I wasn't
yeah.
crazy. But I'll put the link in the show notes and everything. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be there. But let's move on to Brian, because you have a pretty cool job too. So tell us about your job. It's like water treatment, or what is it specifically?
Yeah, so I started in like oil and gas, and then that went to like water treatment, but it's still a little bit of oil and gas and like refineries and the processes through refineries. We do like chemical treatments through it.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but
So is there a lot of like physics, or not physics, I guess, but
like
Chemistry.
chemistry
stuff? Like you have to
Yeah,
know
some
like a bunch of different
engineering,
formulas and
yeah.
how things kind of interact together.
Exactly.
And stuff
Yeah.
like
So
that.
it's like water chemistry and stuff like that.
That's pretty
and
cool. So how'd you get
chemicals.
into that then?
Kind of. I had family members in the oil and gas industry, family members in the chemical industry, and then so I kind of just started from there, and then it kind of fell into mostly water treatment instead of oil and gas, but kind of just worked through it and figured out what it was interesting to me. And
So it was all about who you knew,
Yeah,
getting into
exactly.
it, and then it just blossomed from there.
Exactly.
Who can you
So that's
talk
fine.
to when you have like a really rough day? Like who gets
I know.
what
yeah,
your work
I try to
is?
talk to
Not
Stephanie.
me.
She's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm just like, "Yeah,
He's
just
like,
go
the
with
oil just wouldn't break, or like the water and oil just wouldn't break down. And
You're like,
I'm
wow.
like, babe,
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
it." Yeah.
So relatable.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
great. That's great. Well, we're going to move into a little bit of a fun segment we have here where I'm going to be testing you guys on each other's likes. So
Oh, jeez.
I got 6 reality TV stars that why do I want to keep saying Stephanie? Like
You can-
I
always,
say
I
Stephanie
literally
all the time.
always call you Steph, but now that I feel so official on a
More
podcast,
formal.
I'm like Stephanie.
You can
Yeah.
call me whatever you want,
And
Jordan.
Brian Nuthy.
You've never called me that.
No, never before that we know of yet in my dreams. So I got 6 reality TV stars that Steph likes. that I'm going to give you some clues on for you to guess. But then vice versa, I got 6 kind of sports athlete, extreme athlete kind of people from Brian that now Steph has to guess from some things from
Some of them
the
she's
clues.
going to get for sure.
Yeah.
Right, you're going to see who pays
some
the
of
most
them,
attention.
Some of them, it was
he picked like 6 people that he thought maybe you would know from his interests.
okay.
Just like how you
Yeah.
picked 6 from.
like how you
Okay.
gave me people's names from reality TV stars and stuff, or
Oh.
whatever, beauty gurus and stuff like that. And then he
Right.
gave me some where I was like looking up some of them. I was like, wow, I didn't even know that was a sport, but cool. Awesome. But it's funny because Steph told me one last night to add to the list, and I looked it up. I'm like, who the heck is that? And I'm like, oh, I know who she is actually. Like her picture popped up. I'm
You're
like,
with it.
I know that one. All right.
Oh, man.
So we're gonna start out. I'm gonna do it like this. Here we go. All right. So the first one is for Brian. It's I'm gonna give you 3 clues on this person and see if you can guess it. So she is a YouTube star who is known for her aviator sunglasses. She is of Spanish and Mexican ethnicity, but you wouldn't know it by her last name. Third is she did a makeup tutorial with Kim Kardashian, which I believe was more recent. Do you know that beauty
Absolutely.
guru?
Desi Perkins.
That is Desi Perkins.
look at
Wow,
that.
good
If you got
one.
that wrong, you would be
Yeah,
walking
no,
home
yeah.
for sure.
Wow. So tell us why you do know that name, because I think there's a little bit of a story there.
Me?
Yeah. I think you
just-
did something.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, my birthday.
Yes.
yeah, go ahead. Tell it.
I didn't do it. You did it.
You
Okay,
tell it,
well,
brother. Go for it.
I knew that she was a fan of Desi Perkins, so like we watch her videos and stuff like that. She's married to this guy Steven. They do stuff together for like on YouTube. But anyways, I messaged Desi Perkins on Instagram.
Slid in them DMs.
Slid in her DMs. I know she's married, but whatever.
It could be
and-
platonic.
Yeah, and it was like Stephanie's birthday was coming up, so I slid into her DMs asking her to like message Stephanie saying happy birthday and all this other stuff. And it was like 2 days later, and I like kind of forgot about it, and then I just like wrote back to the DMs and just put please like 2 days later.
Please.
Get those
Please.
manners in
I
there.
know.
Please say it.
She was waiting for that please.
Yeah, and then so like
Sure.
right after I sent it, and it was like a couple hours later, and then like Stephanie like kind of like got like quiet and kind of like freaked out a little bit, and she's like, oh my god, and I was like, what? And then I realized that I like messaged her back, and I was like, oh, I think she actually messaged her, and then so she like found out, and
I couldn't even talk.
she couldn't even talk. She's
You
like,
were
oh my
that
god,
excited.
She saw it like pop up on her notifications, like screenshot it because she thought it was like a mistake or something. And
It's
Instagram.
like a celebrity wishing you a happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Yeah.
though. It's a huge
I
deal.
think I literally had my elbow or my face in my elbow, and he was like trying to rip it away to like look at me, and I was
yeah,
like,
like
I
she
can't.
she couldn't talk, but I kind of knew what was going on, so like it.
It's
she actually
insane
messaged.
that because she's probably got millions of followers and stuff.
Yeah,
So
millions.
It's insane that you got her to do something like that. Like, yeah, it's a small
Seriously.
gesture on her end, but like actually getting in contact with someone and getting them to agree to do something like that,
Yeah.
it's pretty insane.
Because
Like,
you know their notifications are blowing
Oh,
up. Too, so
yeah.
I don't even know how she was
they're
able
getting
to
what
catch yours.
tens of hundreds of thousands of likes on everything they post.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
it's got to be
Crazy.
crazy. So
He got a $500
So now-
bill
Yeah,
like a week later.
right.
Yeah,
It was
so,
an
so now
autograph.
I joke around like, oh, it's just a phone call away, no big deal.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
like
call
just
it.
pull
me and
some
Desi, we're
strings.
cool now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, so now number 1 for Steph.
Okay.
This person is a German motocross and supercross racer. He had a major injury and surgeries in both the early 2017 and early 2018. He is signed with Red Bull KTM Racing and is most recently on Honda Factory Team.
This is gonna frustrate
Yeah, I
me
know,
because
you do
I
kinda-
know
yeah.
who this is.
That's the worst when you like know.
He had like a wrist surgery.
I didn't know any of the ones Brian gave me. I
Oh.
added one in at the end to make 6 of someone I knew because I'm like, I need
Oh,
to
now
know
I'm
someone.
gonna have to guess.
Yeah, there's one you got to guess for now.
What happens if I get it wrong?
You
walk
home.
You're actually sitting on top of a trap that opens up and you fall
Yeah.
down into a
Bye,
lake of
y'all.
alligators.
You get slimed.
I feel
yeah,
like
Oh
you
my
get
God.
slimed.
Wait, I know.
That would be great.
if Brian wants, I mean, he can give her
Brian
like an
can give
extra
more,
little
yeah.
tip,
What
like
is it
hints
Call-
that
with?
she
I
knows.
know. who
Phone
we're
a
talking
boyfriend.
about. Wait,
The initials. Is that too much?
No, you can give her the initials.
First is K, and last name is R.
That was a weird.
That was weird. Was that my dog yawning, or what was that?
That was her.
That's my distress. Oh my gosh.
It's okay if you don't know. You still have 5 other
You still got
ones.
more.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to skip. I know
It
who.
rhymes with Ben Broxton.
Ren Ross.
Kyle Roxon. Ken Ross.
Ken Roxon. Yes. It rhymes with Ben
God.
Roxon. Is it Billy Mann?
No.
Do you know who that is now? Like now you know the
I
name.
do because I remember watching Supercross with him, and I was like, I'm so over them doing highlights of this guy's accident because
Oh.
I guess
it's
he
like
messed it up pretty
it was
bad.
like disgusting, and
Yeah.
they keep showing it over and over and over, and he just crashed again really bad. So I was like, give
Yeah,
this
didn't
guy
he
a
just
break.
get like major surgery on his arm or something
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
really
pretty much
gross.
everything I got about these people was on Wikipedia. So
Did you
I
see
don't know if it's
pictures?
true. Which one? What?
Did you see pictures of his injury?
No, I don't want to look at that.
Yeah,
Heck
see,
no.
neither do I. That's why I
Yeah.
was over.
Yeah, so like I could have
Probably
put
very
so many
nice, but-
different riders on there, but I was like, okay, who's like the most popular that she
There
would
you
like
go.
somewhat get because
And
like
she still didn't.
but it was close.
It was better than all the other ones.
That's true.
All right, we're moving on to number 2
Oh,
for
that's
Brian here. She gave birth to a baby girl earlier this week. She recently launched a line of jeans called Good American. She is a middle child.
Khloe Kardashian.
That is correct,
Oh,
Khloe
good.
Kardashian. All right, moving on to number 2 for Steph. He is a comedian widely known for his interviewing on UFC. He has hosted many television shows, including The Man Show, and he started a podcast in 2009 that is one of the most widely downloaded podcasts with 16 million downloads in October of 2015.
Dang.
What is it?
Joe Rogan.
It is Joe Rogan.
Yay.
It is
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Comes
That's
up
actually the
daily.
only one I knew that you put on there. I was
Yeah.
like, I know this guy. I know this guy. I'm good. Are you
Oh,
feeling
Brian.
lonely down there, Madison?
No,
I feel
I
like,
love
do you want to
it.
contribute something into
Yeah.
it? I feel bad. I'm kind of
Give
kicking
her
you
a
out of
push.
it.
It's all good.
You good? All right.
It's all
If you
good.
need to help Steph out with something,
I'll just start slipping her the answers.
Yeah,
over
exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, moving on to number 3. Originally, she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She likes people to be prompt because she has a spin-off show called Don't Be Tardy. She's married to a football player, and she studied nursing in college.
There was a confident nod after
Oh,
that
yeah.
second one.
I think
know.
on the past 3 like two stuff
Hints.
about him are 2 hints. I'm like, okay.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know who it
You don't
is.
even need all 3.
Yeah.
You're like, I got this.
Yeah.
So who is it?
So cocky, by the way. Oh my god.
Kim Zodiac? Is that her?
Okay.
Is that her last name?
So
Wrong.
that's her
Oh.
maiden name.
Oh,
So
Solstiak,
Kim
sorry.
Sosiak Bierman.
Bierman.
you get a half
Does
point.
he get it wrong?
No,
No.
because actually Kim Bierman would have been easier than his maiden name.
Steph's like, does this
her
secret
maiden
drop
yeah.
now?
He doesn't get it. Now it's almost
Are
tied.
we even telling this up?
Well,
Who's
this
winning
is
right
for
now?
later. That's for later.
Relax.
All right, so we're moving on to number 3 for Steph. Okay, here we go. He is from Australia. Name that guy. No, he's known
seriously.
for many things, including being a radio host, skateboarding, MMA, truck racing, boxing, and even acting. In 2016, he boxed against Shane Carwin, who had one arm duct taped to his body, but he still lost the bout. Who is that person?
Oh,
This one's hard. I didn't know much
This is a
about.
really tough one.
Yeah, I didn't know much
Oh,
about
please.
this guy. I couldn't find much about this guy actually.
Well, you're lucky
Really?
because
Yeah,
he comes
really,
up in my household about 3 times
Oh, you
a
know
day.
it? Who it is?
It's Jason Ellis.
It is Jason Ellis.
Wow, good job,
Good job.
Steph.
Good job. I had no clue who that was, and I was like,
You're lucky.
he had a one-arm boxing match, and I don't know who that is.
Who
That
is this
sounds
guy?
awesome.
Why does he come up so regularly?
I don't know. I really don't know. Everything that Brian knows, he starts talking, and I'll be like, did Jason Ellis tell you that? And he's like, yeah. He did. 'Cause
Did
It's
Jason
just,
Ellis
I
tell
listen
you
to
that?
a lot of podcasts and like radio shows all throughout the day. So like I come home and I just start talking about random crap
Yeah.
while we're
Well, he
watching
seems-
Housewives, and that's how I know
He
who they are.
seems like he's a jack of all trades. Like I looked up his like Wikipedia stuff and it's like he does this and this
Yeah.
and this and this
Yeah,
and this.
exactly.
I'm like,
yes, he
what the
does.
heck? He does everything.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 4 for
Brian's all
reality
flushed.
TV stars. Uh-oh.
You're all
He's
flushed
flushed.
after
He's
No. Oh please.
Jason Ellis, if you're listening, follow Brian.
Yeah.
Be squared on
Wish him a
Snapchat.
happy
I'll slide
birthday.
his DMs.
Slide into
I
those
think you already
DMs, Brian.
have.
All right, so number 4.
Yeah, I have.
She is a beauty guru YouTuber and Instagram star. Landed a huge Maybelline deal, and she is of African American descent. I'll give you one other hint. She's supposedly a snooty jerk in real life, but I don't know if that'll help you or not.
No.
Yeah. I looked this girl up, and almost every article was about how snotty she is in real life. And I'm like, oof, okay.
Yikes.
Oh, not a fan anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I saw a picture, I would know who it is. I'd be able to pick them out. But
Yeah.
I don't know her name
I
at
thought
all.
about doing the pictures, but I thought that audio people wouldn't really be able to go along with it, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't really work. But
Or her voice, because like this is about the time I'm
That's
going to bed
true.
and she's watching YouTube.
that's how it was. What's the girl, Jacqueline?
Yeah,
Is that
Jacqueline Hill.
the one who like whines about everything? And
Oh
I
my
hear
God,
her
her
on
voice.
on your Snapchat, and I'm like, is Jacqueline complaining again?
Yeah.
But go ahead and listen, Jacqueline. I appreciate the support. So yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Steph said you wouldn't know who this is. Shayla Mitchell.
Nope.
Actually, when I was
Never would've
helping
guessed.
Jordan, I thought it was the girl from Vanderpump Rules, the one with the big lips that got divorced recently. Shayna.
Sheena.
Oh, Sheena?
Yeah, and then Jordan's like, "That's
ew.
not who she's talking about."
Yeah, I'm like,
Can
no,
we
this
just talk
this
about
chick's
how
like a
she's the
makeup
worst?
person. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about how she's the worst.
Sheena?
Oh God, she is the worst.
She
She
is the worst.
Terrible.
Who are we
She
talking
has
about
a
now?
podcast.
Vanderpump
Put that out
Rules.
That's the girl that I was telling her. That's the girl that I thought she was talking
Yeah.
about, but it wasn't.
It was not
Definitely
because we
not.
are not a fan
No.
of that girl.
Clearly.
At all.
Vanderpump, kick her off your
Seriously.
thing.
Kick her out of
TV
this country.
show, whatever
Oh,
it is.
jeez.
I don't
Sorry.
know. All right, moving on to number 4 for Steph. He is a backcountry bow hunter. His last name is the name of a clothing brand known for undershirts, socks, and underwear. He is also a fitness athlete sponsored by Under Armour.
What?
So he's a backcountry bow hunter. If you take his last name, it's a name more well known associated with guys' undershirts, socks, and underwear.
Like
A
Hanes
company.
or something.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe I just gave that to you. I don't know.
Yep.
No, I still don't even.
You still don't know. His last name is Haynes.
Ken Hanes. I'm just kidding.
Who? Do you know?
His
have no
first name
idea.
rhymes with Mamrin.
Cameron.
Yes.
Cameron Haynes.
Cameron Haynes.
Who is that?
This is the one where I
Alright.
saw it. I'm like, I didn't know backcountry
That's
bow
the guy
hunter
that,
was a sport.
That runs like the 240 miles.
Oh, yeah.
He actually
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
jacked. I watched one of his like workout videos. Holy crap, that dude is
Yeah, he's gnarly.
insane.
Yeah.
He's like running over mountains and then goes into the gym and does like Olympic lifts. And I'm like,
What?
what the heck are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah, and he goes on these like hunts that he goes way out in the mountains and then kills an elk and puts it on his back and walks it 100 miles back.
So
He's-
barbaric.
I was gonna say that
He's a
sounds
man.
specifically like someone Brian would like.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a fan.
and it sounds a lot like me on the weekend.
Yes.
Moving on to number 5 for Brian. This is my personal favorite. I actually didn't put her last name because I don't know her last name. So I'm just the first name is all you need to get on this girl.
Okay.
She's on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She just launched a bikini swimwear line. She is married to Boy George's manager, and her name sounds like a chip.
So good.
A nice nacho cheesy chip.
What the heck?
Cool Ranch.
What?
You don't know
Wait,
some
can you-
Steph, do you not watch Beverly Hills Housewives very
Oh,
often?
we watch
Oh,
it.
you watch it?
And he
I mean, that's like
knows.
the only one I know very well.
It's the only one
Okay.
I watch on a
So let's think
regular
about
Oh. Yeah,
I wasn't going to say PK because I was just Boy George's manager, trying to keep it a little bit ambiguous.
Lisa Vanderpump?
No.
Oh, my
Wait,
God.
That's Ken. She's married to Ken.
Oh, look at Jordan. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, all my
Tell him,
street cred
Jordan.
is gone.
Hey, real men watch Bravo.
Okay.
There's a shirt.
Okay.
Who is it?
You give up?
You're giving up?
Her name, say it again. Her name sounds like a chip.
Yeah, her name sounds like a chip. She has an accent that I think is fake.
I thought you don't like her.
I
That
don't,
doesn't
but
mean you
she's,
can't
she's
use
good
Doesn't
for-
mean
she's good
she's
for
my
TV.
personal
I
favorite.
don't
'cause-
know her name.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It is Dorit.
Dorit. Yeah.
Dorit.
Dorit.
Oh.
Dorito.
Dorito. I think the first time we watched it and Dorit showed up, I'm like, man, I need to go get some chips. Ugh,
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
knew-
No,
hungry.
I
you
knew
were
it
like,
was
that
her.
is not her real name.
I know. I said
Yeah.
that could, and then when she started talking, I'm like, that is not her real voice
You're like,
either.
she's fake.
Like, this lady is ridiculous. All right, so you got that one wrong. So far, you've gotten Desi Perkins, Khloe Kardashian, and Kim Bierman. So you've gotten 3 correct.
Yeah.
Right now for Steph, she has gotten Joe Rogan and Jason Ellis. So you're 2. You're only 1 behind.
Oh.
So if you get this one, you're tying, and then it's the last one makes it up. So number 5, he's an off-road racer for Monster Energy Drink. He has the nickname Ballistic. Currently with Toyota Racing Development. He does like the Baja races and stuff out in Nevada.
You don't even watch this stuff.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because normally we're watching Housewives.
I will give Brian this, that like he had a hard time telling me people that like he likes, and he'd be like, Steph's not gonna know like half of these, but these are like guys I'm into, and I'm like, that's doable. So he was trying really hard to think of people you might know, but after about 3, he was like, I don't have much anymore.
The rest of them are all water chemicalists. So
Yeah.
he really doesn't
Famous
know.
water chemicalers.
Say it one more time. He did.
Okay,
what?
so he's an off-road racer for Monster Energy Drink. So he does like the Baja race stuff in like Nevada and all that kind of things. His nickname is Ballistic. Like Ballistic, his name. And then currently he's with Toyota Racing Development. I don't know if that one's going to help you out at all, but that's all I got. I will tell you
If
this.
you got his last name,
I will tell you this.
That's a win.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I
Well,
know.
But so
I'll
give
tell
you
you
his
this.
first name.
No. Here, his first name is not a name. It's 2 letters, and it's also the same 2 letters as a nice restaurant out here that we like to go to. And his last name is the last name of a famous group of actors who are all brothers.
Oh, I can guess from those hints.
Mm-hmm.
Help a sister out.
Is it B.J. Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh
Dang.
That is
Look at
correct. B.J.
I
Baldwin.
mean, Steph and I
Thank
were on a
you.
team. So
Yeah, there you go.
that
So
counts.
it's tied right now.
Yes.
So we'll leave it tied. So there's
What the
one.
heck?
There's one
Thank
left
you.
on each side. So Brian, to pull ahead and possibly win, number 6. She is known for being on Laguna Beach. She is married to Jay Cutler. She is Lauren Conrad's nemesis.
Kristen.
Yes, Kristen.
Kristen.
Do you know her last name? I wouldn't know her last name either, so don't
Who
feel
was she
bad.
married to?
Well, she's married to Jay Cutler, but she didn't keep
Yeah,
his
her
name.
last name's Cutler.
She didn't take his name though.
I don't know her last name.
She just released a show that's called Very, her last name.
Rhymes with calamari.
That's true.
Telemari.
It's Kristen Cavallari. I'm
Cavallari.
gonna give it to him because he knew Kristen.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That counts.
Us guys watching that, we didn't really know any of
Yeah,
the
Jordan's
people's
on my
last
team.
names.
Yeah,
we
right.
didn't
You
know.
knew that
knew
it
the
was
I knew
Lauren
Lauren No, because when she said Kristen Cavallari or Cavallari or whatever it's pronounced, I was like, who the heck is that? It wasn't until I saw a picture of her.
So you were
Yeah.
Then I
clearly
knew who
Team
she was.
Lauren if you didn't know Kristen.
Of course.
Which
Dang.
is not
LC.
allowed. I was so
It's
team
gotta be
Kristen.
LC. I don't
This
know.
is grounds for
I don't
divorce
know. I
right
don't know.
here.
I never
Guys,
actually
look at
watched the show. I don't know. I thought Lauren Conrad was the nice one. I thought Kristen was the jerk. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's
Yes.
No.
Yes.
poor editing.
Okay, what poor editing. They gave
So
her
I
a
get
bad
that.
rap.
I
They
get
gave her
that.
a real bad rap. All right. So, now to tie it up, Steph. Bailey's just
She's so
watching
Bailey,
us.
we're sitting here judging you.
She's our audience.
Bailey, I love you.
In front of a live studio audience of one dog. Welcome to the Wreck My podcast. All right, for the last one, Steph, and I think you're going to get this because this is the one I added because it's like the only one I would know.
Please.
Known mostly for snowboarding, but is a prominent skateboarder as well. He's no stranger to the Olympics and the X Games.
Oh.
He is a musician himself and has appeared in 30 Seconds to Mars video of City of Angels in 2013.
Sean White.
It is Sean White.
That's
Dang.
all
I didn't.
pretty good.
I didn't want to
Good
say
job.
like he has red hair because that would have been
Yeah.
way too
Yeah.
obvious.
Looks like Carrot Top.
So I was like, what's
Oh
the
my gosh,
third
not
thing I
even.
could give him? Like, sure, he was in a 30 Seconds to Mars music video.
didn't
Why
even
not?
know that.
Yeah, me neither. Till I
He
looked it
plays
up on
music, too?
Wikipedia. Yeah, he's in a band that actually played Lollapalooza like 2 years ago. Called like Bad Stick or something. I don't know. It was a weird name. I don't think they're like good. I think they're just known because of him.
Wow.
Is essentially
for
what
sure.
it
Crazy.
is. So you guys tied. So I mean that means
So they're the perfect
you're
couple.
the perfect
Maddie.
couple. This was actually a relationship test just to make sure you guys are right for each other,
Yeah.
and you
So you
passed.
didn't wreck my
And you
relationship.
passed. We didn't wreck.
No.
But we have a little bit. We got a little bit more to go actually. So now we're gonna move on to a little variation that now me and Madison can play in too.
Yay.
It's gonna be the battle of the sexes, except it's more the battle of the
Oh.
couples.
Yeah.
Before it was the
It's
battle
not
of the
about
sexes. Now it's the battle of the couples.
Okay.
So we're doing a little bit of a version of the Newlywed game, which is why we have paper and pen in front of
I don't
us
think
so
Steph
that we
has a
can
pen.
write.
I have.
I had a pen there, I thought earlier, maybe not. Uh-oh. There should be a pen just sitting somewhere. Bailey, go get us a pen.
Might be
Yeah,
sitting
she
on
took it.
I need to teach the dog how to go fetch a pen. There should be like a pen somewhere.
Oh, see that little bucket of I see.
Yeah, there's like a highlighter. You could give me the highlighter and I'll give you. Okay, there's pens. Cool. We're very professional here on the Wreck My podcast.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So,
options. Thank you.
so how are we gonna do this point wise? Like, am I gonna ask the question, and if the other couple says the same answer, then you get the point? Is that how the Newlywed Game works?
No, the Newlywed Game works that if they ask me or they ask you what's Madison's favorite kind of pizza, and then I write it down, and
I have to, it has to be the same.
It has to be the same.
Okay, perfect. Well, some of these are kind of weird because I just got weird questions, so we'll see how this works. This is fun. This is fun, guys.
Okay, we might just have our own version of the Newlywed Game.
Yeah, this might just be
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, you
just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Exactly.
It's more just about the bantering and the fun.
Yeah.
All right. So, if your significant other could be a cereal, what would they be? You have options though. Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, Special K, Cheerios, or Cocoa Puffs.
Who said you were allowed to pick these questions?
That's right.
This is a horrible
This is
question.
my podcast. So,
do you want me to look up real questions?
No, okay, we'll skip that
So
one.
it's like not her favorite cereal. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
Let's
weird.
talk. Let's talk about this one before we go into it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian? Steph, her favorite cereal will be out of Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, Special K, Cheerios, or Cocoa Puffs?
Fruity Pebbles.
Would it
Or
be
Fruit Loops.
Was
Would
that
it be
even
Fruit
an
Loops?
Fruit
Yeah,
Loops.
Fruit Loops.
I was gonna say something like Cheerios. I feel like Steph always surprises me, and she's pretty basic.
Whatever has
with your
more
food.
sugar in it.
I want to. Well, here's the thing. I want to say you're both right because sometimes I have Cheerios and put sugar in it.
You know what we should do
Oh.
instead of Newlywed Game? It'll be boyfriend versus best friend, and see who knows Steph
Oh,
better.
gosh.
Ooh, that's a
This
good.
could get
That's a
nasty.
good idea,
Only because
actually.
your questions aren't really conducive for a Newlywed Game.
Well, that was only the first question. I have other ones. Like,
Let's hear
let's
it.
move into the second one.
Okay.
Here, actually, what do you think I would be, Matt? What do you think my favorite
Yeah.
one is, Madison?
what are the options?
So Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, Special K, Cheerios, or Cocoa Puffs? If
you're pretty
well,
special,
I was
but
gonna
I was gonna say Cocoa Puffs.
No.
Really?
Cheerios.
Mm-mm. Lucky Charms are actually my favorite.
That is a lie.
That is not a lie. If I
That
had
is a straight up lie.
as a child, all I would ate was Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms, and Lucky Charms are my favorite, but those were a little bit more sugary, so I always use those as like the dessert breakfast.
We're not talking about you as a
Lucky
child.
But
Charms
if
are
for
I
breakfast.
wasn't worried about like my sugar intake
Yes.
anymore or whatever, I'd still eat Lucky Charms
No,
out
you
of all
wouldn't.
those. I would. I was
I'm
never
actually the ruler of this
okay.
podcast.
You're
and I
right.
say no.
What was I?
Wife trumps
What was
all.
I saying? I said Cocoa Puffs, right?
Yeah,
Cocoa
that's what
Puffs
I
are my
thought.
favorite. Oh,
Yeah.
you know
This
me
is
so
the secret
well.
to a good
You know
marriage.
me so
She
well.
knows you better than you know yourself.
All right, well, we'll go on to the real first question here. What is a surefire way to get on your significant other's nerves?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Just one?
Wait, so hang on.
So you need to think of like a surefire way
To get on your nerves. And Brian has
No, we have to pick one.
Okay.
Like
Like
get
Get
on
on-
a surefire way to get on your
On her nerves.
girlfriend's nerves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Their
So let's do girlfriend's nerves, right?
instead
Their
of boyfriend.
Yes. Surefire way to get on your girlfriend's nerves.
Okay, I got
Okay.
it. This is so funny.
Oh my gosh.
man,
wait.
there's so many.
I know.
That's a big list.
Which?
But the most.
You got to think about what Steph would put. Like I'm thinking about what Madison would put down.
I'm a little like laughing at how quickly I came up with the answer.
I came up with my answer
Is
super
it
quick.
sad that I have
Oh,
so many
I
that I
know.
can't pick
No,
like
just
the
like
top
the
one?
the most, or
Pick-
maybe like
or
the
pick
most
the most
recent.
relevant. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, my pen's dead.
Oh,
This
That's why
was
you have options.
a recent issue we had, so maybe
so
she's thinking
hopefully
of
it's
that.
right. Do you have yours, babe?
I have it. All right, Madison.
Oh, you want to do us first?
Well, let's do us first. Yeah.
Okay, what did you say?
I said being tardy to anything.
Oh, that's a good one.
What did you say?
But that's more like that's not just you. That's like people in general. I hate when people are late.
I guess that's true. I was thinking more of this in like a general
Yeah.
time frame. I guess if I was gonna say just specifically,
Yeah, what about just
like
me?
to get on your nerves, I want to say the joke answer is sending you gifts over text messages because you hate when I do
No,
that.
but what
when
is
you're
it
like,
really?
I love you, and then I send you Fez going, I love you.
Yeah, no. what
Um,
is it really?
Overreacting.
No, that doesn't annoy me. That's
I don't
just
know
a
then.
part of living with you.
Yeah.
That's not
I
really
overreact.
like anything.
What are you
I'd
talking
say-
about? I don't overreact to anything. Okay.
My thing is when you ask me a billion
Ah.
questions right when I wake up or when I'm cooking dinner. Like I'll literally be cooking and you'll be like,
That's-
so I watched this WWE thing and what do you think about this? Because I was thinking this and then how about this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, stop talking.
The other day, I like physically noticed it. Where like I was like got back from the gym and you were sitting on the couch watching like a YouTube video, and asked you a question, you paused the YouTube video, and then gave me the answer, and then unpaused it, and then I asked another question, you paused the YouTube video. I'm like, she does not want to talk right now.
Crazy.
She does not want to talk
Jordan
right now.
is from a big Italian family. He loves to talk, and I'm just not used to it.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah, that's
my
like
God.
Stephanie too, and then she's like, I just need 5 minutes right now.
Yeah,
I'm like,
see,
okay.
I wanna
that's
finish
what I
it.
need to do.
I'll go talk
All right,
to myself.
guys.
Okay.
What did
let's
you guys
let's flip it
say?
on you guys. Brian, what do you think was her answer?
Not putting the mail key back in its spot. 'Cause
Oh.
this
The
happened
mail
recently.
key.
Yeah, but
okay.
that's not. Yeah, that was just like situational. Something that is constant. Picking your nails.
Oh, that's a good one.
He-
And that one's
he
actually
picks
good for
his
you.
nails and then flicks them across the room.
Okay, not that bad.
And
That's
then I'll
weird.
say, "Can you please stop?" And he'll go, "You're gonna vacuum anyways."
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
That's great. I pick my nails too, actually. I don't
Yeah,
know, is
me
it a guy
too.
thing? Like, I love just
It
getting
honestly-
down under
it
there
has
and
to
getting
be.
like that white crap out from underneath
Do
it.
you
Like,
do your
I
toenails?
don't know what he's
I don't do
talking
my
about.
toenails. No,
Okay,
that's
see?
weird.
My
Oh,
dad
please.
always
I don't
want
want to touch my toes. I don't even want to touch my own feet.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Agreed.
All
That's not
right,
bad.
what about the
It's a
next
little-
All right,
question?
moving on to the next question. We're going to start this. So, what is your boyfriend's favorite alcoholic beverage?
Oh. Depending on
It can
the
be
mood.
ambiguous. It doesn't
Depends-
need to be like
depends what day it is.
specific. Yeah, but if what is what? So, what would you think at this moment in time their favorite alcoholic beverage is?
And it can be not a specific one.
No, it
just
can be
something.
ambiguous. Yeah, which you already know mine, Madison.
Yeah, that's.
It's
kind
pretty
of-
easy.
Is it though? Because he has like 8,000 beers he drinks.
I know, but if he's saying, well, I can just
I'm
give you the
saying-
answer. If he's saying that it's ambiguous, then I could say his favorite kind of drink is craft beer.
Yeah, and that's what I
But
wrote beer.
if you had to pick the biggest
Style.
one.
What do you think style
No,
is?
no. Your favorite one is Victory at Sea.
Correct. It
And
is
the peanut
Victory
butter
at Sea.
one is really good.
Yes.
Dang.
Yes, it is.
I know that one because he gets to drink that one on Christmas Eve.
Mhm,
every
She
year.
always buys it for me
gets
for
to.
Christmas.
Aw.
What about you guys? What'd you say, Steph?
I would say Tito's.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
Tito's. Is
nice.
that's tequila, right? No, what is
Vodka.
vodka? Okay, Tito's vodka.
But when I first met you, it was Jack and Coke. Like that was all
Yeah, it
you
still
ever
is.
had. And now, but now you're like, I haven't seen a bottle of Jack in our house like forever.
Yeah.
Now you're more.
You and
vodka.
Jack are on a break for a little
Yeah,
bit.
we broke up.
He
a
went with
little bit.
Tito.
Yeah, he went with Tito. Later on, he might get some gym in the house.
Yeah.
So the girls really know. The
Really know.
boyfriend's
But now it's
alcoholic
going to switch over. Boyfriends, what is our girlfriend's favorite non-alcoholic beverage? Make it a little bit harder.
Oh,
Jeez.
Brian, you better get this.
And
right.
we can't do water.
We'll
Yeah.
talk about it daily.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
even
think.
know.
I think I know what yours is.
My favorite
Non-alcoholic
beverage.
beverage. I'm going to write down something, and I think I know what it is. I don't know why I'm writing it down because we just say it across the table anyway.
Yeah.
But
I honestly
It's
don't
fun
even
writing it
know
down.
what mine would be.
I know what yours would be. How many points do you get for knowing your significant other better than they know themselves?
I know. Here, let them go first.
Yeah,
while
you
I
guys
think
go
about it.
first. What'd you think, Brian?
Soda or like Sprite.
Okay. What'd you say,
It's
Steph?
ginger ale.
Yeah,
ginger ale.
Sprite,
Okay,
ginger ale.
Sprite and ginger ale are close.
Same thing.
They're the same color.
me?
Do you even- Who are
Actually,
you?
I couldn't think of what it was called, but I knew it was like Sprite-esque.
It's ginger ale.
Yeah,
Ginger
same
ale.
thing.
All right, there you go. I think ginger ale and Sprite are like on the same like
that's a
family.
Spectrum.
Yeah, they're the same. They're like close. Okay, Madison, you can't think of your own.
I literally can't even think. I never order beverages when I go out to restaurants.
You're just so.
I just
sweet.
think if
Maddie
you had
only
to
drinks
pick
alcohol, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no
You
favorite.
called
straight
non-alcohol.
vodka.
What is
gin.
it? What did you say mine
I
was?
said root beer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
root
if
beer's
you were gonna
okay.
have something other than water, it would be a root beer, because you love
Yeah.
root beer.
I think I drink a lot more tea than I do soda.
You do, but I
so
don't think
feel
you
like I
enjoy
could
tea because, like yesterday, you made yourself some
Yeah,
tea.
'cause
You
it
took
was
one sip and you went,
disgusting.
"That tastes gross," and didn't drink it. And then other days you're like, "That really upset my stomach. I don't like it." And then
But
so
I
if
drink it the most.
you
maybe
do
because I
drink
know
it the
it's
most, but I don't
supposed to
think
be
you
healthy
enjoy
for
it. So if you had preference to pick, I think root beer would be what you wanted to pick.
You're probably right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, whoa. That's gonna be my new ringtone.
Repeat.
It's not
Put that
you're
on
right.
loop.
You're probably right. That's the best I get. All right,
Keyword.
moving on to the next one. Boyfriends are gonna guess what is their celebrity crush of the same sex. So what
Oh.
girls
Oh,
do they
there's so
have a
many of
girl
them.
crush on?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, there's so many.
I know.
I-
Why do we have so many girl crushes?
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
I don't know. I
You're
don't
depends
actually
on my
know.
mood.
Just-
I
Yeah,
actually
of
don't know
course.
for Madison which one I would.
Wait, do we have
pick.
to do same? Can we do opposite sex? Because I know my opposite.
Yeah, do
sex
opposite
one.
sex. That's fine.
Yeah, I know my opposite sex.
Oh, Brian Brady.
I think.
If you don't get this, you're for sure walking home.
Wait, we're doing your.
Who is
So
my
who's her like male
Male
celebrity
crush.
crush? Celebrity male crush.
Oh, crap. I'm not a celebrity.
Oh
So
my
it can't be you. I don't know. You're a celebrity to some of us. You're on the Wreck My podcast. You are a
That's
celebrity
pretty
now.
close.
I don't know.
You are a celebrity now.
You really don't
I know your girl crush.
Yeah, but who is my guy crush? Who do I talk about every single day? All day.
Besides you.
Who serenades me in my car?
Oh, okay. Yeah, John Mayer.
Thank
Oh.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
John.
He tries to block it out.
Look at that
Yeah.
partnership.
That
though.
was.
She really gave him.
She was
I'm not
feeding
giving
it
you
to
any.
You're not giving me any hints?
No.
No? Okay.
Who
I
do you
think
think?
it's Adam Levine.
Yes. you're
Okay,
right.
I got
oh my
it.
gosh, you
Boom.
guys are so
Both
insane.
artists.
Boom. But now we're going to switch that back around.
Right.
Who is our favorite, our celebrity crush of the opposite sex?
I know the same sex. I know a few of them.
Same sex is easy for guys. Like,
Opposites.
it's usually either Ryan Reynolds or Jack Human, or Hugh Jackman. Jack Human. The
I think that your like overall one, like that you always say that you like is Zoe Deschanel,
Yeah.
and then the girl who plays Felicity. But I feel like you really like more like Megan Fox types. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. If I was gonna say my celebrity crush, it would probably be Emily Brett Rickards, who plays Felicity.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I said first.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you like her personality.
That's
where I'm
true.
saying when you're doing strictly looks, you like people like Megan Fox.
I guess that's true because I'm taking into account that I'm like she acts like she is
Yeah.
on the television show,
right.
not that
Not
her
in
real
real
person.
life. She doesn't.
So if you assume that everyone's kind of jerks like Megan Fox, so you're just like, all right, solely looks. Yeah, sure. Did you know Megan Fox is a self-proclaimed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle super fan? Which is
Really?
why
Is
she
she?
fought so hard for April O'Neil, and not because she was probably sleeping with Michael Bay and just wanted a big paycheck.
Shout out Megan.
Woo! All right, what do you think, Steph?
To be honest, he doesn't like fawn over any celebrities, but I
that's
feel
good.
like
Jane Fonda?
if
You
I
could
feel
name
like
a few
if
blondes, and
I
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Kristen Cavallari
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Oh my gosh, she's
And
mine.
I
too.
almost-
was like
Kristen
the first one.
Cavallari, is that hot?
I feel like
Yeah.
yes.
So
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, and
I don't
she's
know
what
so
to say,
like,
but yes.
Like
And-
now or in Laguna Beach? Because
both.
Both.
I okay.
She's
I'll show you
timeless.
pictures
Even in
later.
Laguna
Alright.
Beach, and I was like, yeah.
Thanks, babe.
Yes, see,
Show me some
yeah.
pictures later.
I feel like that's would be like your type.
Yeah.
And maybe this is just me being a wishful thinker. I feel like Desi would kind of be like a crush for you too, because like when we watch, even when I
Mrs.
watch
Perkins.
Mrs. Perkins, even
She's
when I watch
beautiful.
her videos, he's like cracking up at her. So I feel like you think she's funny,
Yeah.
and she can like be hot as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'll give it a point. I actually don't know where the points are. I'm not keeping track, but you get a point. You can cash those in
We
later
have the
for.
same taste.
You can cash those
girls.
in later for Wreck My Podcast bucks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they can buy you half-used tissues and 8.5 by 11 stock paper.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next question. This is kind of a fun one. Oh my gosh, our dog is ridiculous. So girls. No, we're gonna do just the guys guessing the girls what their favorite emoji is.
Oh, that's a good one. But is favorite like your actual favorite or your most used?
Your most used. I think your most used emoji.
Okay. I feel like Steph and
even-
Brian are gonna have some good answers.
I don't
And
even
I think a
know what
story
it
is gonna be
is.
told after this.
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
well,
you
let
go.
Jordan and I go first because ours is gonna be boring and theirs is gonna be more.
No,
fun.
Yeah.
it's really not that fun.
What's
But
your
It's
favorite
not fun.
emoji?
It's kind of funny.
I was
Or
gonna
what's
say we
mine?
pick what yours is.
Okay, yeah. What do you think mine is?
I can't pick between two.
Okay, what is it?
Either lovey eyes or
Aw.
smirky face.
Oh, really? I was gonna say my most used favorite is probably like the crying face, like when it's
Yeah.
like laughing and you're like, I feel like I
Because you're
use that
hilarious
way
and you're married to a
excessively.
hilarious guy, so you
I
know.
use
That
that
is a good one.
way too frequently.
Yeah.
It's not even.
I don't know.
funny
Use that
and
smirky
I'm-
face quite a bit. Wink.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
this one's good too.
All right, what do you guys think?
Yeah, what's your story?
Her most used one is probably the eggplant.
And everyone knows what
the,
that's.
And the peach.
And the beach.
Oh yeah.
I did not think you were gonna say that.
Oh.
Okay,
but-
I don't know if you've seen like the update one where it's like it has like weird crazy eyes and it's like tongue is
Oh,
out.
yeah.
'Cause I
Oh,
always do like this
Is it the
weird
one
face
that's
at
like
him.
orgasm face?
I know which
Whoa.
one Jordan's talking
Is
about.
oh my
They have
gosh!
that?
Wait,
It's
that
the one
is
that's
not-
like kind of drooling and it's like eyes are half closed.
It's
That's
kinda-
what orgasm
no, it's
face.
kinda
No, it's
like-
like the eyes are like opposite in its mouth.
Its eyes are
Oh,
like
it's
all
like the
closed.
goofy
I know
one.
what
Yeah.
you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like I've been
Way
doing
more
it.
family friendly than the one I said.
Yeah.
I've been doing that one. He's
Me
like,
too.
"What is that? Like, what are you doing?" I don't know. Just
Well, the eggplant
Oh,
and the
okay.
peach are
Thanks,
great ones
Brian.
because everyone knows what those are euphemisms for.
No, it would still probably be like the hard eyes. Use that
Oh,
one.
don't flatter yourself.
Just saying.
No, it's when she's talking about the new makeup she just bought.
Yeah.
Hard eyes. All right. Moving on to the next one. Okay. So girls, you guess for guys what you think our favorite band or artist was in high school.
Oh,
In
man.
high school. Mm-hmm.
Like the absolute
Oh,
favorite.
I got a few.
Or like maybe even a style. I don't know. Style would
No,
be
don't
too
do
easy.
style.
Yeah,
That's
style would be
too
way too
easy.
easy. Who do you think the band is in high school?
Yeah, band, not artist.
Or yeah, artist, band, whatever. One singular person, multiple singular people. I don't know if that works. All right, Steph, what do you think? Does Brian even know?
I was gonna say AFI because I feel like he was
Yeah, they were a
like
big
very
one.
emo. It was like AFI or The Used.
AFI is
I
good.
feel like there's
AFI
others
more
too.
than
And the
Used.
Used,
There-
yeah.
there's
The
a
Used
bunch.
was cool. Yeah, AFI was more old school than the Used. Like they were around a little bit longer, I
For
feel
some
like.
reason, I feel like I remember you having like an AFI sweater. Like it had like their
I had
logo.
an AFI shirt and a
Yeah.
student ID.
Yes, that's what I remember.
An
and your hair
AFI
was
student
long.
ID?
No,
An
in the
AFI
student.
Oh.
shirt in the student ID.
Yes.
Oh, was it the? I'm trying to think of the time frame you would have been there. Was it when what was the something with gray in the name?
Oh,
That
Girls
album?
Gray?
Girls Gone
I
Gray.
think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
Was it like that
Maybe.
kind of shirt stuff, or was it a little bit after that? December
it was-
Underground.
No, it was before that.
Before that,
Yeah.
the one before
that.
like the Art of Drowning or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
That one-
like
yeah, that
back
one
when
was
they
a
were
good one.
super punk.
Yeah.
Nice.
They
I
were
like
so
it.
good.
And then also probably like Coheed and Cambria or Underoath.
Oh, I remember the Coheed and Cambria. Like it had that like killer riff in that one song.
Yeah.
Something about angels in it or whatever.
Yeah,
he had a
there
really
was-
weird voice.
Yeah.
It was
cool.
very high. It was
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, just like the drummer is like the best ever. And
Shout out to drummer of Coheed and
Yeah.
Cambria. He is he Coheed or is he Cambria?
Yeah, what is
Both.
that name?
Both.
actually, they switched or the drummer quit or something like that, and then they got a new one probably around like 2008, I think.
And not
What?
as good.
Yeah, he's still pretty good. Yeah, not as good.
Not as good. Coheed and Cambria, I think, is like so the lead singer and guitarist of it, didn't he have like a graphic novel out and he was very artistic and made a
Yeah.
story? And that's what Coheed and Cambria was. It was like this like fake world he created.
Yeah,
and stuff like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, so his albums and songs were like written and like he made like a book or something out of it, and it was like made up characters and like
Very
all this
cool
other stuff.
concept.
Yeah, it was
Very
cool.
artsy guy. Don't know where he is now. He had a killer hair too.
Yeah,
I think it was
wild.
huge. Huge.
They're still around.
It was in China. Okay, so
Wait,
Madison.
does he have to guess Steph's?
No, we're not there yet. We'll do that next.
Oh,
we're
got it,
doing
got it,
we're
got it,
doing
got it,
girls
got
to
it.
boys first,
Got
then
it.
boys to girls, and then boys to men.
I said yours might be census fail.
Oh, you know what?
Do I know you better than you know
You do.
yourself?
I put a day to remember, but honestly, census fail. You're
Oh, I
right. Was
remember that.
probably
Yeah, I think census
I
fail
probably
was
liked
worse.
census fail more back then.
Yeah.
Good job. You know me better than I know me. Census
him,
fail,
Rob.
and I still
Tell
love census fail.
him.
Go check out their new album. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Back to basics. All right, now us have to guess their favorite band or artist in high
I
school.
think I know Steph's. So if Brian doesn't know, I'm gonna
Do
get
you?
some.
Well,
good
I'm going
points.
between two for you, Madison, because I know there's two that you listen to on repeat,
Yes.
and I don't know which one I should pick over which.
Listen to
Probably the first one,
One.
the one that I listen. I mean, the one I listened to sooner. That I'm always like, oh, this reminds me of my sophomore year.
Okay, I feel like you say that for both of them, but
Do you?
I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe.
My
maybe I
memory is
do.
also
I don't
very
know.
skewed
I'm thinking
because-
of the one that I listened to.
we'll
first, for
get
sure.
there. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, I don't know. It's probably this. Is it the same now?
it is, but let's say it's not John Mayer. Who else would it be?
Right, like in high school. Like,
Yeah,
who
high
was she
school.
really into in high school?
I was gonna say John Mayer, but
Destiny's
that's
Child.
not a band.
No,
Beyonce.
what other
It could be an
artists?
artist or band. I was gonna say for her Eminem.
Oh yeah,
we were
for
like
sure.
super into him in high
Totally.
school.
Slim Steffi.
Yeah.
Slim
Yeah.
Steph.
This is where it came from.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
escape
Nice.
it.
That
yeah.
was a good guess.
Eminem for sure.
Sweet.
I was gonna say Eminem or Drake.
Drake.
Oh, that's true.
Everyone's
Eminem.
favorite
Eminem,
graduate of
yeah.
Degrassi.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes. Good reference.
Okay, so
I
who
don't
do
know.
you think mine
Um,
is, Jordan?
I'm going to say Fall Out Boy.
Yeah,
Under the Cork
that's
Tree.
okay.
Really?
The other
Fall
one
Out
I
Boy
had was
I listen to
Reliant
that all
K
the
because I know
time.
you really like the
Yeah.
album by Reliant K. That is
Oh, I forgot about that.
It was so good. It was
Lion
so
K
good.
was really good.
Yeah, they're way different now. Like, it's amazing to listen to Fall Out Boy back then and listen to Fall Out Boy now and then listen to Reliant K back then and listen to Reliant K now. Like, the 12 years it's been or something like that, significant changes.
Yeah.
Especially since Fall Out Boy was gone from the scene for like 7 years. They didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
You
Like
said
Relient
that.
K had stuff pretty much every year or two up to this point, but they're still very different sounding. I feel like they're so mature now. I'm like, what happened to you guys singing about Sadie Hawkins dances and crap like that? Like, what are we doing now? All right, so that was a good one. Now moving on to a fun one. What is your significant other's biggest pet peeve? It kind of goes with what gets on their nerves, but what's their biggest pet peeve?
The biggest one in general.
Biggest one in general. Just like not about like what gets on their nerves, but what just is like grinds them when someone else does something or a situation comes up.
For the boyfriend or for both?
For both. We'll do both. We'll do boyfriends to girls first. So what are the girls' biggest pet peeves? And I think I already answered this earlier incorrectly when I said what gets on your nerves.
It's not like technically what you guys do. It's just more.
No, it's
broad,
just like anything in
everyone does.
general. Like, I'll give you an example of one that's a big pet peeve of mine. Not my biggest, but a pet peeve of mine is when people walk bowfoot.
Bowfoot?
For some
What the
reason,
heck?
it grinds my
You don't like
gears
that
so
either?
bad. I'm like,
Penguin?
walk your
Yeah.
freaking feet just straight like a normal human
Yeah.
being, and we'll all be good.
Totally.
So yeah, something in general. I know yours.
Yeah, you
for
know
sure.
mine.
You know mine. I'll say it, and you're like, oh yeah, definitely.
Go for it, Brian.
When people stand too close to you in line at grocery stores, I absolutely hate that.
He does.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Wait, that was hers or yours?
both.
Oh, okay,
just-
both of yours.
Mostly mine. Hers
Do you-
is probably like people driving slow or
Oh.
that don't pay
yes.
attention at the light's green or something like that.
Yes,
Steph
I
is-
feel like I belong in New York sometimes because when that light goes green, I'm like,
Yeah,
go!
she honks at people like every day.
As the other light turns yellow and you know yours is coming, you're already
Yeah.
honking
Yeah.
at them
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you better be rolling,
Seriously.
ready to go.
Chop, chop. Let's get it going. Yeah, I feel like that or manners are really big for me too. Like
Mhm.
even this morning, someone in the drive-thru was like kind of ignorant to me over the speaker, and I was kind of just like I don't know. Poor customer service is like a huge one for me.
Well, because you're in customer service, so
Yeah.
you know what should be done.
Totally, or just like not saying thank you or please, like I don't know, stuff like that just like grinds my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears?
I know.
Or people that just like don't pay attention in general.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think's mine, Madison?
I don't know if this is like your biggest per se, but one that you get very like up about is at restaurants when people don't pay attention. Like when they come around, they're like, "Who got the chicken salad?" And people are just like still talking, and the waiter's sitting there. Jordan's always like, "God dang
I know.
it, Brian got the chicken salad."
Yeah, I'm like, they got it. They got it.
Yeah,
they got it. I'm literally like
you hate
taking
when
notes
people-
when
Give me
people
the
are
plates, I'll
ordering.
hand
I'm like,
them out.
I know
It could be
exactly
like
what
a
they
table
ordered.
of 30
That's
people,
funny.
and you know every single
I
person's order.
should legitimately be a waiter because I always remember what everyone at our table ordered.
Really?
Like to
yeah, that's great.
the
Like,
specific of like
waiters
who
have
got
like
it.
7 or 8
I know,
tables.
but like most people don't pay attention. But I'm like, I remember you didn't get cheese on yours. I remember you ordered yours with like a side of something different. Like, because you only need to remember it till you go put it in the system.
right.
I mean, I guess that doesn't help when I come out then, but at least like I have that prior knowledge
That's
and
funny that
foundation.
bugs you. I
Oh,
feel
it
like
bugs
now
me
when I
so
go out,
much.
I'm gonna be like paying attention to that. Like,
Jordan,
just do
Jordan,
it.
what did I order?
Yeah, it just bugs me so much. So I'm like, they want to give you your food, just don't
Right?
ignore
Pay
them.
attention.
Okay, what's mine?
Yours is tardiness.
Yeah,
for sure.
tardiness,
Yeah,
for sure.
like
Oh my
to the
gosh,
point
I'm
where when
sorry.
people are.
Why? You're always on time.
No, she's
No.
Yeah.
not.
No,
No,
I'm
For me,
she's
she
not.
is.
But it's different.
I'm
but
like
like,
usually 5 minutes
I
late.
feel like
Not for me.
Madison, like, it legitimately gives you anxiety. Like,
It gives
not
me
even
anxiety when
when you're late,
late,
but then like if
Yeah.
someone else is gonna be super late, it's just because I feel
it
like
throws
it's just
off my schedule.
yeah,
like,
it's just like the equilibrium is there's no
Yeah.
more zen. The yin
Yeah.
and the yang
like
are out
even
of
if it's
pace.
something like we had people over on Friday and they were 5 minutes late. And I was just like, oh my gosh! Like I made the vegetables to be exactly
Right, 'cause
ready
you're
at this time.
expecting
Like
one
I,
thing, yeah.
it irks me because I feel disrespected when people don't show up on time. If they tell me beforehand that they're not going to be there on time, that's okay. But
Yeah.
don't just assume I'm okay with you not being on time.
I hate being late.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Brian
Like not
can
if,
really
if other
relate
yeah
to you.
if other people are late, like I don't really care, but
Yes.
I hate being late.
Which I mean, like I've been late before.
Drives
It's
me
not like
nuts.
I'm perfect, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I feel like another big thing for you, Madison, is that if we show up to like a restaurant or somewhere and it's like 10 minutes before closing, you won't go
I
in.
will not go inside.
No matter what it is. You'll be like, nope, they've
'Cause you're
already
just
packed
that
up.
kind.
They're
Yeah.
not.
Well,
You're
I
nice.
also remember working at places and people would walk in the minute before it closed, and I'm like,
It doesn't
no,
work.
it does
Yeah.
not work that
Yeah.
way.
We're open till 10, but technically last call was at 9:45. Come on. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I get it. All right, moving on to the next one. Is your significant other more a Hulk Batman or Professor X?
What?
Oh, I know.
A Hulk, Batman,
Yeah,
or
girls
Professor X?
guess the guys over here. Are we Hulk, Batman, or Professor X?
I'm all three, so I
First of all, you
I
don't
feel
even
like
know
this
who the
isn't
third
a
one
very
is.
good question.
Professor
don't know what to do,
Bat-Hulk.
but I can do it all.
Professor Hulkman.
Okay.
All right, what do you guys think?
Do you want to go first, Steph?
You go first.
Okay, I was just gonna say Professor X because I'm like, you're much more.
Because I'm lame.
No,
Oh!
you're much more like brainy and like
You saying I got more brains
you're good
than
at
brawn?
managing other people. So I feel like you would be more in that role.
And I am a
you're
telepath.
definitely not a Hulk. You
No.
never get
You
angry.
look so
I'm not a
excited.
Hulk, and I wouldn't classify myself as a Batman either. But
No.
yeah,
Did you
so
pick
Professor
that?
X is probably the most. I think I'm most like Professor X.
Yeah.
Yes, because I'm cool.
Yeah.
And bald.
Yeah.
I'm not bald.
Full head of hair over here.
All right, Steph. What do you think Brian is?
I'm gonna go with Batman for the sole reason that we don't know the other two. And
You don't know Hulk? He's a big green guy.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Brian,
Hulk,
Brian
you're
has a very
Hulk
good
smash.
temperament. What?
you're Hulk.
Thank you.
Road rage Hulk.
Don't you
Hey,
forget
there's
it,
a
okay?
there's a She-Hulk, and she's
Batman.
a lawyer.
Oh,
So
what
she
the
has the
heck?
brains and the brawn.
Who
Wait,
came
but
up
why
with
did
this?
Why
you
am I
pick
Hulk?
Batman?
Yeah, why'd
just
you
'cause
pick
you didn't know
Batman?
the other two?
Yeah, just because I
Yeah.
feel like Batman's sexy.
And
Brian would wanna
if
be
I would guess
sexy.
any one of my if I would guess any one of my friends to own a utility belt, it would be Brian.
Yes, that's true.
I don't know if that's a
Water,
compliment.
chemical.
I mean,
utility
Brian
belt.
Oh,
owns.
thank you.
I think you own legitimately one of everything that's ever been created.
But wait, why did
You have the most random things. I love
why
it.
did you call me Hulk?
Because
Because I want to
to.
ram
You got a
cars.
temper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you
honking
can have
cars,
a.
yeah.
You have like once the fuse
have
is
the
gone, just
We
switch
were
us
all
over.
there for the cheese incident.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
we know that
we
there's
joke.
a whole
We
side.
joke about it now, but.
Okay.
We
point,
know.
Point made.
All right, moving on to the next one. This is a little fun one, and we're gonna describe. We're gonna. So you'll see how it goes.
Okay.
It's describe your first kiss in a candy bar. Was it a Snickers, a Starburst, sour Skittles, or a Jawbreaker?
Where the heck?
Yeah,
did you
these
get
are
these
fun.
from?
Wait,
These
what
are
are
fun.
the
I
options?
came
What
up.
are the
I came up with this one.
No
Are
wonder
we-
they're horrible. They're nothing like Newlywed Games.
Are
Who
we doing
cares?
like first like
First
peck
kiss.
or first like make out?
Like
Like intimate kiss.
I'd say first like intimate kiss because a peck is gonna be a peck. That's like kissing your aunt. Like that's not gonna count. So first
What
like
are the
make out.
options
So the
again?
options
Yeah,
are a
options, please.
Snickers, a Starburst, sour Skittles, or a Jawbreaker. I specifically didn't put
Lord.
Reese's because I knew Madison and I would probably both put
Yeah.
Reese's.
I don't really.
It's like, how do you even like? What does each
oh,
one mean?
I can describe it.
Sour Skittles. Oh yeah, it wasn't that great. It was
No,
sour.
sour Skittles was
Yeah,
like
exactly.
sour Skittles was
Like
like
that.
wow, I wasn't really into that at the beginning, but by the end I was loving it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jawbreaker was like, man, we went on for a
That's
really long
Sour
time.
Patch, by the way.
Oh yeah,
not
that is Sour Patch
Skittles.
Kids, whatever. But no, if you suck all the sour stuff off the Skittles, they get good at the end.
Sure.
Jawbreaker was like, man, we went on for like an hour and I can't even move my mouth anymore.
Snickers is kind of
Snickers
like,
is
"Ooh,
like,
that
wow,
was
that
good at
tasted
first, and
great."
now it's really sloppy.
And now
all
it's
over
really
the
sloppy.
place.
And then Starburst is just, I don't know,
Nice and
fruity.
juicy.
Yeah, nice and juicy. There you go, good one, nice and juicy. All right, what do you think, Madison? What was our first kiss?
I'm gonna start blushing. I was originally gonna say Starburst, but after you gave the description of Jawbreaker, now I'm like, oh, it's that one. Like Jordan and I would literally make out in the
Yes.
car for 5.5 hours.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I was gonna say
Literally.
Jawbreaker too.
From like
because-
7
So
until
many
my curfew
calories.
at midnight.
Yeah, she had
we
a
would
midnight
just be
curfew,
making
and we would get
out.
home. Yeah, I don't know if it was that long, but definitely like 10
No,
o'clock.
but I'm saying,
we
like-
would show up and we'd just be like, all right, we're just gonna make out the rest of the time.
Like
Oh
we
my
made out for so
gosh.
long.
Dedication.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I guess
Seriously.
Jawbreaker.
Did
yeah.
y'all get hungry or anything? I'd
No,
be like,
Jordan
so
Oh, we
is
brought
hands down
snacks.
the best kisser I've ever
We brought
kissed in
that. We
my
brought
life.
snacks. We brought a camel
He's really
pack. A
good.
camelback.
Camel pack.
Yeah, she's like, hold on,
Hooked up here. Yeah.
I gotta hydrate.
No,
I'm
I
losing so
literally
much saliva.
I literally remember that because Jordan and I had obviously dated before, and then
Yes.
when we kissed the second time, we didn't peck because I was just
Nope.
like, we've already done this before.
Right.
And
Let's
Jordan
do
was
We already
like,
know.
Wow,
Let's do
you've been
this
waiting
5
for
hours
this.
again.
Yeah, our first like second kiss was just like make out.
Yes.
Just
All right.
skip right to it.
What'd you guys think?
I said Starburst
Starburst.
Why is that?
Because you're juicy.
because it was
Juicy and
nice
delicious.
and juicy.
It was.
Was it that
I-
lip gloss?
Yeah.
That raspberry
A
lip
Desi
gloss?
Perkins lip
Yeah,
gloss.
Desi Perkins lip gloss.
Man, I said Snickers. Just
Because it tasted good. It was nutty.
No.
It
Wait,
was
no,
nutty.
Her
Because it was
description of
caramel.
Snickers
All
was
right.
it wasn't good at the beginning.
Tell us the Snickers.
I would say Snickers. It's really good at first. Then once you bite, all the caramel and stuff starts getting everywhere.
What the?
It is. I will tell you this.
What is it like to
going
kiss
on?
you, Brian?
No, my first make out with him, we were both drunk in the back of
That's
a taxi
sloppy.
in Huntington.
Oh, that's
so
sloppy.
it was like at
That's
first I was like,
Starburst.
oh, cute, and then I was like, all right, like
You know
we're
how
done, look.
that kiss was over it was like 4 years ago. Is that you said in the back of a taxi, not an Uber.
Oh yeah, it was a
That's
taxi.
true.
If
This
there
is
if your
the
first
Uber.
kiss was within the past year, it would have been an Uber.
That is true.
Very
No, I
true.
can
We're old.
I can see that because like for making out as long as we would, it would get so sloppy by the end.
Yeah,
like
right.
that's
I'd
a
be
long
like,
Uber
I'm
ride.
like I need a bib or something. Like I don't know what's going on. It's bad.
Uber would just kick
I
you out by
cannot
that time.
control my mouth anymore.
It was juicy though.
Okay,
You're right.
so this
Thank
this one's more just to talk about like a fun time. Where did you go on your first trip? First outing away. You guys talk about yours first.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you guys went at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 6 months into our relationship, and we had never like traveled together. So yeah, we went up there. We were like,
Oh, it was
oh,
a
let's
long
take the
drive.
scenic route and be adventurous. It was a 12-hour
Oh.
drive. It was
Yeah.
miserable. We had never been around each other like that long, so it's like our
I
first
thought
time.
it was fun.
It was really fun, but it was
was
like
a
our
long
first time
drive.
seeing each
Yeah.
other.
And
we
it,
stayed in San Fran
stress.
for one night and then turned around and came home.
I
Yeah, but
remember
you got to
because
see the
guys had like
sights.
a
Yeah.
weekend
Yeah,
together.
it was like
to
it
do
was
all.
the best.
where did you guys stay?
The best trip ever.
I don't even know what it's called.
I don't either. But
Was it downtown
really
or was it
cool.
outside of downtown?
It was downtown, and it was like
By the wharf.
we had like a rooftop room. I don't even know how we got that.
Whoa.
It was,
Was it the
raining the
Westin?
whole time.
The
but-
W?
I couldn't
Not
even
everybody
No.
knows the hotels there like you
Yeah.
do.
Oh, I'm
'cause you
trying to think
work
what's
there.
down by
I
the
don't know,
wharf.
but I would like to go back to that exact same hotel
That'd
because
be
it was really
cool.
cool.
There was
You
a
guys
Chinese
should.
place underneath it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, they didn't have good food.
Yeah.
Well,
it
if
was-
they don't
Yeah,
have
it was
chicken
cool. They still
fingers,
had a
then it's a bust.
Cool
Yeah.
balcony. And it rained the whole entire time.
We had one day of sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you're only there for 2 days, that's like 50% good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. We
True.
got lucky.
Yeah.
What about
Because what
yours?
time? Wait, what time of the year was it?
They
You
went
up-
during Christmas.
Christmas time. So yeah, I guess
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I
gloomy,
forgot.
cold weather. That makes sense. Well, Madison and I, our first trip was a week. We stayed together in San Clemente at my
Holy
beach
crap.
house, whole week, which I was super nervous for. But
both were.
actually ended up being so much fun, and I think it was like the moment I realized that like this could work for the rest of my life because I was like, wow, like it was just so comfortable and everything. We did fun things like we went to Coronado Island for the day one time. We went to Anaheim to go to one of our now favorite restaurants that I took her to called
Yeah.
Felix's Continental Cafe. We saw a movie, lounged on the beach all the time.
A lot of making out.
A lot of making
Yeah, I
out.
was
It
gonna
was
say, of
great. Didn't we started getting in. We went and saw Captain America Winter Soldier, which you weren't a huge fan of, but then we started watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after that, and I think you enjoyed Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little bit after that. Was there something we were watching at that point? Because now, like, we like binge shows all the time. Did we do that on that trip, or was it more just like we were hanging out?
We used to watch movies together all the time because I remember Kelly stayed the extra night when it was
Yeah.
weird and we watched American Psycho.
Yes, because I had never seen American Psycho.
Yeah. So there was stuff like
and then
that.
we
I remember
was that the
everything.
trip where we watched X2 and I fell asleep and I was
Yes.
like, there was like 45 minutes left and you're like, I can stay up for the rest of it. You're like, there's 45 minutes. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I was so tired. But yeah, that was a great trip. Great
Yeah.
first trip. And we go back there every year now. So it's a lot of fun. And you guys have actually been there with us too.
Yes.
So,
Love it.
all right. Final question. What is their favorite holiday? So guys are going to guess girls first. What is their favorite holiday? Whoa.
I feel like
I have all these dots. I've been like,
Yeah, you're hitting.
I'm hitting. I have a nervous tick and I didn't even know it. All right, what do you think, Brian? What's Steph's?
Christmas.
And Christmas for Madison.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which, I mean, little side note, Steph and I are so into Christmas that we've started a tradition that every year on Halloween we go in Christmas decor shopping.
And then the next
That's the
week, we
weirdest
pretty much
list
put the
ever.
Christmas
Pretty
decorations
much.
up.
Like, we're one of
True.
those obnoxious
November
people
1st.
Forever.
Because our seasons are like fall starts in July.
Yes.
And then
yes.
Christmas starts right after Halloween.
Yeah.
We're ahead of the time.
Yeah,
Which-
we're putting the Christmas tree up at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I don't find
Wait,
it bothered.
Before that, what?
Wait,
We
yeah.
did before that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This year, you
girl.
guys
Oh,
did it
yeah,
like
we
the
did.
same
October.
weekend as us, and that was like the first weekend in November.
It was
Oh,
the first
geez.
weekend of November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we moved into our house on like October 21st, and like 2 weeks later, we already had all the Christmas decorations up. And by the end of Christmas, I was like, you realize that I don't even know what this house really looks like without Christmas decorations.
Yes.
'cause-
Sad. That's all you need
Yeah,
to remember.
it looks sad without no. It looks good now. It looks sad after you took it down, but then you get used to it.
Sure.
And then what do you guys think? What the girls think? The guys.
I would say Christmas because you love getting
let's do
gifts.
this because everyone's favorite holiday is Christmas. Let's say besides Christmas, what do you think the guy's favorite holiday is?
I think aside from Christmas, your favorite is Thanksgiving because you love the food. You're
Pecan
not a big
pie.
Halloween guy.
No.
You don't really care for Valentine's Day or any of that stuff. So I think Thanksgiving for you.
I am a big proponent for Columbus Day, but
I mean, does your birthday count as like a holiday?
Oh, yeah,
That's a good one.
Because I feel like he likes to do stuff like that, or like St. Patrick's Day because he's Irish.
Oh, and alcohol.
Yeah, an
4th of
excuse
July.
to drink more.
4th of
alcohol.
July.
Oh
I love
yeah,
America.
he does. He does love America. Yeah, I don't know. Do
You were the
have a
kind of
favorite?
guy.
Not really.
You were the kind of guy who I imagine on 4th of July wears red, white, and blue shorts, tank top, and sunglasses.
Yeah, I've done that. a few
Yep.
times.
Yeah, there you go.
very
I can see it.
patriotic.
I can see it. I think
You
this
should
last.
know we've spent the
I was
last
gonna say.
three
I think this
4th
last
of
4th of
Julys
July
with
we hung
them.
out with you guys. It was like an overnight thing we
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. That was good.
Was it this year or the year before when we took all those videos because we were playing the game, the
Oh, the
heads up
heads-up
game?
game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did we
I
do
think it
this
was the year
last year?
before. This last year we were like drinking and just like hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
there were any games being played. But the year
No.
before that,
Yeah.
we stayed up late
Got
playing video
wild.
games.
I have a little dog by my feet.
There you go.
That's weird.
I was wondering where she was.
I was gonna say. So, that was the Newlywed game. I guess next time I'll have to do better on the questions because my
They
wife
were
hates
good.
them.
They were good.
But yeah, that was a lot
Yeah,
of
that was
fun.
pretty good.
That
So
was fun.
I like this. Wreck My Relationship. It's good to get with other couples and to kind of like talk about some fun things that we've experienced and all that.
And it didn't actually wreck any of our relationships.
No,
so
yeah.
there
What
you
would
go.
you guys say?
really?
Did
No,
this?
just kidding.
Did you guys? You guys gonna leave here now? It's
Yeah.
like it's over.
I'm walking
after
home.
that podcast. I cannot take
I
this
definitely
anymore.
learned that I need to be better on names.
For
with
the
your-
stuff
for the
with your
people he likes?
guys. Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know my
it'd
girls,
be
but
interesting
I
if
know
your
Madison and
girls.
I did one where it's like all my people are like Star Wars characters or something. Like,
Yeah.
and then what would I have to guess of yours? Like the reality TV stars I know pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, you pay attention because you actually like
I actually-
the reality TV
I love-
shows.
See, that's why
Crappy
He
reality.
loves drama.
I
feel
love
like
drama.
That's why you were so good because you watch all of them with me. Like it's
Yeah.
not
They're
in, like,
really
passing.
fun. Like there was even like I remember Steph was like, "Oh, you should watch Vanderpump Rules," and I was like, like I don't really care for that show. Never actually have seen it. And then one day it was the only thing on, and now I'm obsessed.
right? It's
Like, it really sucks you in.
Yeah,
Even,
all
like,
those shows
we
do.
watched Teen Mom, and we were literally on the edge of the
Oh,
couch,
that's
like
crazy.
venting to each other about them. And then Brian was like, "Okay, whoa, we gotta like take a step back. Like we're way too into this."
Yeah.
But it just like it hooks you in. Like
It really does.
They're really good. Whoever is like their editing or writing staff,
Seriously.
like those people need a
I
raise.
feel like it's all in the music. Like they
That's
put this
true.
like music back there, and you're like, oh no, it's a really tense situation. And,
Right.
oh,
That's
we're
true.
happy. It's happy music. Like it's great.
It's
yeah.
true. They're very good.
Yeah, and for those of you listening to the audio version, a reason you should watch in the video version is because you can see me do this
Yeah.
sometimes, and that's fun. So, so that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming out and doing that. Again, go to the Twitter and Instagram at Wreck My Podcast to keep up on new episodes coming out. And I guess I don't really have a good outro.
Yeah, you do.
I know. I came up with one. Tell me what you guys think about this one. So the last episode I filmed, I came up with one because I'm normally just like awkwardly bye, and don't really know what to say to sign off. And last time I was talking to them, I'm like, well, I hope you enjoyed the podcast, but if you didn't, screw you. It's my
Yes!
podcast.
It's
Are
like
you guys?
Manny MUA.
You guys like that? All right. So here we go.
Manny MUA, the guy on YouTube, he's like, and if you don't like it, then don't fucking watch it.
All right. Well, then here we go. We'll get a
That's
proper
perfect.
send off. I hope you enjoyed the episode, but if you didn't, screw you. It's my podcast.